It's always fun. There are a lot of pundits and ignorant idiots who thought, oh, the Seahawks are going to lose this game. Well, please don't doubt us again. Because every time you doubt us, they look stupid. I mean, what was the score last time we played them? It was big difference. Right. So, you can't expect us to just lose this game. We have great fans, and they show up for us. They do a great job, and they did a great job today.
You are listening to Offensive Lines with Marlon and Boyd. Small stakes NFL gambling for the average fan.
Welcome to the Offensive Lines Week 3 Pick Show. I'm Marlon.
I'm Boyd.
And, well, that says it all about that Seattle-San Francisco game. If that team gets home field, what's the chance of them not going to the Super Bowl?
I'm not ready to crown their asses yet.
Hey, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis.
Dennis Green. But no, I'm not. One game in September, I'm not ready. There's a lot. I'm out on Atlanta. Too many injuries in the first 2 weeks.
They're in big too many trouble. Injuries. They've hurt us. As some of you who listen to this may or may not know, we've done a recap podcast that was posted yesterday. So this is all picks, nothing but picks. And we're just moving forward now. If you want to hear our takes on the games, which I think were pretty interesting, check out our podcast of yesterday.
Yeah, a recap. You can see if we won our bets. No hints here. No hints here.
We won!
You have to listen to the... Shut up.
Marginal profit, but a 25% return on investment. All right.
The other one.
Let's go to the games right now. Thursday, Kansas City is +3 going to Philadelphia. We don't like betting Thursday, and I really don't like betting this game. How do you feel?
No, I don't like this. We'll see. I couldn't find a lot to like in this whole week. So we may have to revisit this one later, but as of right now, no. Thursday night games are crap. But the Monday nighter was no better than the Thursday nighter, and we bet on that. But
Philadelphia, their schedule is weird. My Chargers held the ball for over 40 minutes and showed you how to beat the Chip Kelly offense. That offense is still truly terrifying. I don't think KC's defense is being tested yet. I'm really leaning towards Philly in this for pool players, but this is a stay away on about 5 levels.
Well, it just the road team is at a huge disadvantage in these games on Thursday, and it's proven out in the stats. So I would lean towards Philly in the pool as well, and I'd probably take them, pick them, take Philly, and I would take Philly lane 3.
Yeah, the price is obviously favoring that. It's down to $1.83 already. But just, you know what? Boycott Thursday football. If you have a girlfriend, take her out.
You don't take your wife out on Thursday. You'll be watching.
Actually, the last Thursday game, I said, watch whatever you want. This is boring and terrible, which is my usual opinion of Thursday football. But Sunday, football actually happens. Our next game up is Arizona +7 at New Orleans.
I'm staying away from this game too.
We are not reading New Orleans right this year.
Well, I don't trust them at all.
I don't trust them to be good. I don't trust them to be bad.
They'll probably win the game. I don't know if they're covering 7.
I like Arizona's defense. I mean, I'm strongly inclined to take the points here, but we've had 6 bets. 2 of them are losses involving New Orleans.
Yes.
I just don't think we're reading this team right. I don't know what it is. I think we're correct. They suck. But
they've got a 5-11 schedule or 6-10 schedule this year. So they'll probably may end up making the playoffs. And I don't know what they have. Breeze doesn't look anything like he did. They're not putting up the points they did. Like a team like Tampa, they should have blown out.
Breeze looked like year 2 in San Diego. That interception, pick 6, late in the game to the linebacker. Seriously, I was having flashes to the early 90s when Breeze was in San Diego. And
late 90s.
They had 1st and goal on Tampa, and they ran the same off tackle left with their terrible running backs. Not even Sproles, who is cleared by concussion, but they went away from him so fast. He was hurt. Why he was in the game, I'm not sure. So it's a stay away, but you know what? I'm going to take the points in Zona.
Yeah, and take New Orleans to win. I agree. And this might be, if you're looking for an upset special this week, this could be in play.
The 390 that Zona was getting in this game really tempts me. I mean, if we can't find anything out there, I'm not entirely against a money line bet on this game.
Well, that's kind of how I was leaning with the Chiefs.
It's Thursday night. If we're gonna go money line long shots, I prefer Zona because their defense, Zona's defense, is really good.
But Kansas City's offense will run the same way as San Diego's. That's why I'm thinking they have a running back that can eat the clock with Charles. They run the West Coast offense, which is ball control, short passes, move the chains.
And Smith and a guy who can do that.
Yeah. So
I would prefer to stay away from Thursday games because they're always awful.
Yes. But that's when the road team has a better chance too, even though they usually don't win. But okay.
That said, we have to give a tiny bit of credit to the Rob Ryan defense, which
no, I don't.
Atlanta and Tampa Bay, they've played really well. I hate to say it, it sickens me.
Nah, the teams have lost their creativity at the goal line. It's fucking brutal. There's no creativity anymore. Everybody in the world knew they'd try and hit Gonzalez in the end zone. They never do any. You don't do it on 4th down, the trickery. It's
well, in that Atlanta game, too, I want to bring up Atlanta, 1st and goal on the 2 went pass. Thank you.
No, it gets into the whole quarterback diva thing again, where the stats are just as important as the...
Check our podcast from last night. But let's move on here.
All right.
We have Cleveland going to Minnesota. Cleveland are 5.5-point dogs.
7.
Really?
7 points.
I printed this at 5:30. It's only 7 hours later, and I've got 5.5 points.
But that's
so I guess we know where the public is going.
Well, it's plus 115 as well. So they're trying to entice you to the 7. This is a sucker bet to me. This is Vegas going, okay, we want you to take, there's too much money, or we want you to take Minnesota. We're giving you plus 115 minus 7. It's the only way they'll get action, I think, on Minnesota. It's because of the price.
I didn't think the public I didn't think the public would go so heavily to one side or the other at this.
Minnesota shouldn't be favored by 7 in any game.
No.
It should be 5.5 or 5.
And that's what it was. And seriously, I printed my sheet at 5:30 this afternoon.
Yeah, 7 points. I don't want to touch this one with a 10-foot pole.
No, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to fade the public. I don't want to do anything with this. I'm leaning towards Cleveland.
Yes, I'd take the points with Cleveland and take Minnesota to win the game for the pool. And there's nothing really to discuss in this game outside of Adrian Peterson. There's nothing to discuss. Oh, and Jordan Cameron.
Jordan Cameron isn't bad. Whedon is a disaster. And he's only going to get worse under Norv Turner's tutelage.
And Christian Ponder.
About Norv Turner is he has created great offenses where there has been a great offensive line. That's really where his reputation lies. When he had Tomlinson yes, but really, even the notion of him being a good offensive coordinator has always been predicated on a dominating offensive line. And Cleveland doesn't have one, and it's not going to get better. And I love our under 5.5 Cleveland wins bet more and more every day, in spite of the fact of them having a very stout defense.
Yeah, well, it's either that or Baltimore's just really bad too. Jury's still out on that.
True enough, but that's a stay away. But yeah, I'm taking Cleveland in the points. I'm not even certain Minnesota will win.
Oh, I think Peterson will have a big game. They'll win the game. 7's too much for Minnesota. Even though the price is nice at plus 115, but still not enough to bet it.
No. Next game up. The Detroit Lions go to Washington. First game I like. And I want Detroit.
No, I don't mind this game either. But if we're taking them, it's money line.
Absolutely. $2.05 when I printed it, though obviously there's been action since then.
Yeah, they're plus 105. So $10 bet would pay us $20.50.
Yeah, I Washington's defense is appalling.
Does Reggie Bush's knee give us any pause for concern?
No, they'll just throw on them. Green Bay won the game by halftime, and then were sipping cocktails and calling up escorts. Washington has scored what in the first half so far this year? I believe 3 or nothing.
Yeah, Detroit on the road.
That makes me uncomfortable. They've never won in Washington in 21 years. Yeah, I know that.
Should I just light a 10 on fire?
Oh, come on. Those trends are fuck nothing.
No, I know, but they're bad on the road, have been for a long time, and I'm not going into
Arizona's defense is really good.
But Reggie Bush being out changes there.
The game last week against Arizona slows me down in my like of Detroit, but it does not change it.
Okay, well, we'll keep it in the mix. I don't mind it. I don't hate it. They kind of give me pause like I had with the Saints last week in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Thought they should win it, but history tells me that bad road teams that don't really change personnel don't usually change their trend. I would agree with you on the whole 21-year trend. That's bullshit because the team changes over 21 years. but they've had basically the same offense outside of Reggie Bush for the last 3 years, 4 years, and they haven't been able to win on the road.
Washington has shown themselves, at least in 2 games thus far, to be utterly incapable of stopping anyone throwing the ball.
No, that's true.
That's my big thing here, and Detroit throws the ball really well.
And now here's one thing I may have done if I was Detroit. When Andy Reid became available, why didn't you fire Schwartz and hire Andy Reid?
Because they're trying to actually get some continuity there. You are correct, but at that stage they couldn't.
Because they have enough talent to get a coach like Reid.
Yeah, but they couldn't be perceived to be an organization in flux.
Well, yeah, but they wouldn't be when you bring in Andy Reid. There was no mention of that in Kansas City, and they've had more coaches in fewer years than Detroit.
Can we bet a prop bet as to whether the Lions will take over or under 100 yards of penalties?
No.
Yeah, exactly. They're rejecting action on the over.
The Sioux would have that in the first half.
I still really like that game. Detroit is light years better. Washington has no receivers. None. Most of these teams where we say that, there's at least one tight end or somebody floating around.
Well, Garcon's not bad. He's not bad. I'd take him. He'd look good in San Diego too. So he's not bad.
As a number
but he's not,
3.
He's not a Calvin Johnson. But no, in San Diego he'd be a 1.
Yeah.
He'd be the 1 in San Diego. He'd be the 1 in Tennessee. But that's irregardless of the fact that, well, if we can't find anything we like better than this, we'll bet this one.
Okay. Moving on. Green Bay at Cincinnati. This is a stay away from me.
See, I like this game.
We've bet Cincinnati twice.
I know. I don't want to bet Cincinnati.
Once. Oh, I know.
I don't want to bet Cincinnati.
And I'm just thinking we may not have the best vision on this team.
No, I don't think their offense can compete with them. I don't think they can.
Okay, we have a terrible defense. And,
they're not terrible. They're
Green
not
Bay?
terrible. They're not. This is a case where the numbers lie a little bit. I think. Run defense is pretty good.
Point.
Run defense is fairly good. Only gave up 92 yards to the Niners. I don't think Cincinnati, from what I saw, isn't really running the ball, even though they have Bernard. He didn't run a lot. He was used more screen passes. I don't think they can keep up with the points. Pittsburgh's defense isn't that good, and they only put up 20 points. Their offensive line is a little weak. It's not. I don't think they can score with Green Bay.
No, I think Cincy's defense is overrated. I'm with you on that. I disagree with you about Green Bay's defense.
I
think they're atrocious.
Glaring holes in Cincinnati's pass coverage last night with crap receivers.
And
awful. They got lucky on a fumble in the first half when the Steelers would have been inside the 20.
True.
And in that fourth quarter, I was holding my breath because Pittsburgh was marching the ball down on them. The whole fourth quarter, they were getting into range. Had a pick when Roethlisberger got pressured a little bit. Rodgers doesn't make those mistakes, and he's more mobile than Roethlisberger, and he has way more weapons.
Okay.
And if James Starks is half of what he was last week, and they actually have a running game now,
James Starks is not going to be half of what he was last week. He's going to be 20% of what he was last week.
If they
He's
have
had
any-
a million opportunities. Why do you think that his performance last week is what he is versus the other 20 performances?
No, well, he's been hurt for 2 years, but no, I'm not. I'm just saying that if they have any semblance of a running game, how do you stop their offense?
The only reason he ran for 120 yards is they had a 37-point lead.
I don't care. How many teams can do that? How many teams can actually run out a game? That tells me something. We talked about this yesterday. The teams can't run out the clock. I don't care when you run. All teams are throwing to win the games except for Tennessee.
I'm not crazy on this game.
I think Green Bay blows them out.
We'll put it in the mix with Detroit.
Okay.
That's a definite possibility. You make a compelling argument, and I'm pretty close to turning the corner on Cincinnati too. But I'm not there yet.
No, but I need to see more out of their pass defense, that's all.
I need to see anything out of Green Bay's defense.
Well, they were up 38-7 at the half.
Against a dreadful Washington team who's playing Detroit. So
no, but to give up two touchdowns.
Right now we're kind of in a... You think Green Bay's defense was good.
Well, it's better than I thought it was going to be.
Washington is truly abysmal. So, we'll debate that later.
We flipped from week 1. Or week 2. No, week 2 we flipped.
Yep.
Because you were arguing Washington and I was against them.
Oh, I know. We don't play that fucking game because we can get into that later. If you want.
I know, but it's just funny. We're arguing the exact opposite points what we argued last week. Okay.
Next game up. Houston at Baltimore. The 0-2 Houston Texans. Oh, wait a minute. They're 2-0.
Fuck.
How the fuck did that happen?
Last play of the game in each game for wins.
And one I might add, and this isn't to take away from Tennessee, but the NFL apologized for a blown call, which amounted to 4 points in a 3-point game.
Yeah, Tennessee gave up a safety in a tie game.
No, but that wasn't actually a 4-point swing on a bogus official call.
No.
Now, mind you, I think Houston was driving and probably could have won at any number at that stage. San Diego's defense was gassed. At Baltimore, road favorite Houston. I don't like this game. I call it a stay away.
Yeah, me too.
I
don't know what Houston
Baltimore.
is yet. You're taking Baltimore?
Yeah. Not for one of our bets.
No.
Pool players, though, I'm taking Baltimore.
I would take Houston. Flacco's Flacco.
And Schwab is Schwab.
Yeah, but Ray Rice is out.
That might be one of the better things to happen to Baltimore.
No, they have no receivers. No tight end, no receivers. And defense in transition. I think they got lucky to beat Cleveland. Houston has way more weapons. I don't know if Andre Johnson's playing, may swing it a little bit.
No, he's out.
So, yeah, this is probably a pick'em game at best.
It's a pick'em. I'm not going to stake my reputation, such as it is on this game. Period. I'm just taking the home team.
If you like somebody that wins 40% of the time, follow us.
Yeah. We actually make money at this shit, and you know how hard that is.
Yeah, no, I know.
Sorry, okay, don't fucking knock us down.
It's called self-deprecating humor.
Or false.
Hey?
The next game up. The Giants are plus 1.5 at Carolina.
That's +1 now.
Wow, this is a coin flip. Stay away from me too.
Yes, I don't know what the Giants are. Carolina's lost 2 games by a total of 6 points again, which they seem to do every year.
They have the most inept coach. Like, why don't you just stay as a defensive coordinator, Ron Rivera? You were a good one.
Because you get promoted till you fail. That's what everybody will do. Somebody's handed me $2-3 million, I'd go, yes, sir. Thank you. I'll try and do my best. And, if you got a 3-year deal at the minimum as a coach, Mike, I'll take a shot. If I fail, I fail. Somebody will hire him as a D coordinator. Many banks, $9 million.
I suppose. Take a look at LeBeau in Pittsburgh, whose reputation is sterling, has banked millions of dollars, and always knows that that's exactly where he should be.
Yeah, but he tried head coaching.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. Cincinnati. He coached in Cincinnati. Or
Did
Cleveland, one of the two, yeah.
Okay. Stand corrected. In this, I'm going to take the Giants and the minuscule 1.5 points, simply because I do not think 9 turnovers is an accurate number. That has to come down, and the Giants can beat Carolina if they turn the ball over any less than 2 times.
Yeah, LeBeau was the worst head coach in Bengal history.
Well,
where's he got? He had a 267 win percentage. 12 and 33. So they'll all take the money, and they all go to where they fail, and then they go back to what they used to do. But stay away from this game. They're both shit teams.
Where are you leaning?
Giants.
Yeah, I'm taking the Giants too.
They
can't have that many turnovers and bad bounces. It can't continue.
And Carolina had lost 2 defensive starters in Buffalo from a defense that was okay, but not great. I can't see that turning out well.
No, and plus then we get to see the Cam Newton pouty face. Next game, which we are meeting up to watch together and do a little off-track gambling.
Well, the horse racing won't start till this game's almost over. You realize that, eh?
Oh, we can bet East Coast tracks if we want.
I know, but I'm thinking I'll watch the game and bet the California tracks.
Again, this is a nice one because we're not allowed to bet on either of these teams by our own rules. I think just as a side bet, here's my proposal. On one race on a Canadian track, we both bet different 20-cent superfectas at $4.80 each. The loser of the game pays for both of those supers, and we split the wins.
That's fair. I'm down with that.
Yeah, it's like, one person loses $5.
Yeah.
But we can potentially both be happy at the end of it.
Yeah. Well, I won't be happy if Tennessee loses, but the money would make it better. The $5 doesn't matter. I want bragging rights. Fuck, you've killed us. Can't even remember how many times in a row now. The game we should have beat you when we ended Sean Merriman's career.
I was just going to bring that up.
And we should have won that game. Don't know how we lost that one, but I can't remember when we beat San Diego. You killed us in the playoffs. You killed us last year in San Diego. And I, for some reason, was thinking this was a late game, but
I kind of thought it would be too, but we're in Tennessee this year.
Yes, but I was thinking it was late. I thought I'd read the schedule as late. until I was looking at the numbers today, and I went, "Oh, this is an early game." Okay, but no, we could at halftime. I might make some bets on some tracks that are running, but I think I'm going to focus. Last year I didn't really focus on the game at all.
Well, no, after the third touchdown too, like my third string tight end, you pretty much stopped watching the game.
Well, and I like betting, so the horses are on, and I'm like, okay, it's what down? Yeah, okay, the race is going off in 3 minutes. Okay, I haven't made my bet yet. And it's like,
it wasn't pretty last year.
No, but I'm kind of glad it's early because I'll focus on the game.
Yeah.
I should probably drink.
And by the way, this one is home field. It's
no,
free.
I know. But I should probably drink from a plastic cup. I should ask him for a plastic cup, just in case something evil happens in that game.
You sound a little more angry about this. I thought this would be an easy Tennessee walk, but this new West Coast offense, where Rivers gets the ball out of his hands in 2 seconds, that suddenly made San Diego interesting again. And I think your defense is playing tremendous ball. I think it's a game.
No, it's going to be a good game. And the spread's right on this one, 3 points for the home team.
We're pretty equally matched. We're very mediocre teams.
Yep.
And I'm delighted with mediocre. I thought the Chargers would be abysmal. So mediocre is 3 steps up the ladder.
Well, I'm actually thinking playoffs with the Titans' schedule.
Oh, I'm not.
That we got a shot. I'm not saying we're making it, but we got a shot. If we can come out of we need to come out of these 3 home games 3-2, 4-1. And the schedule is not tough. I think Kansas City's the toughest game.
Well,
if I'm ranking
Phillip Rivers is coming to dash your dreams.
Okay. Fuck him then. I hope he blow his knee out.
So I think we're going San Diego and Tennessee on a split on that one.
Yeah. No, I'd take the Titans, folks. Don't trust San Diego. Phillip Rivers will return. This is the second trip in a row from the West. Not as quite as far as going all the way to the East Coast, but
7-1 TD and interception ratio right now. That's all I'm saying. And the one interception was heroic. Next game up, the Rams at Dallas. Rams are getting 3.5 points as the underdog.
I don't know what to do with this game, to be honest. 3, I'd probably say let's bet it and take Dallas. I think we should take Dallas anyway. But can we take them 3 weeks in a row? Might be part of a parlay.
They paid for us.
Yeah, twice. Yeah,
ride that horse till it drops.
Okay, well, that's going to be in our bets. St. Louis isn't good.
No,
Dallas at home. If Atlanta beat them by a touchdown, Dallas should be able to beat them by 3.5. And Romo's playing well. I don't know what. I didn't see much of that Kansas City game, so I don't know what broke wrong. But they seem to be moving the ball pretty well. I don't know how they didn't.
They can't run the ball. They can't run the ball, but not.
But how many teams do? How many teams do? How many teams run the ball well? Houston's the only team I've watched this year that can actually run the fucking ball. And Philly, but Philly's using that. It's not a gimmick offense, but they're using that crazy offense that teams are trying to get a handle on. But how many teams actually, with the running back, run the ball well? Handful now? Like Green Bay had their first 100-yard rusher in like fucking 2 years or something.
Oh, it was higher than that.
Nobody runs the ball. Throw, run.
Which gets to something we discussed in the last night's podcast, that closing out a game by Cincinnati running the ball with Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis was impressive. Ate the clock,
Pittsburgh
so I
still
still
got
think
the ball.
It took one tremendous carry.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh still got the ball back with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Nobody can end the game with 5 minutes left. You used to see that all the time. 5 minutes left. Oh, this game's over.
Yep.
Up a touchdown. Not anymore. Nobody can get a first down running the ball. They can't get. There used to be everybody complained, oh, it's 3 yards in a pile of dust. Well, now it's about 2.3 in a pile of shit.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But no, I'm with Dallas. Let's take Dallas. We'll take Dallas on this one. We'll figure out how we're gonna package it.
We'll think that's certainly one of our games in the mix, because this is a tough week.
To find, yeah.
Because the odds makers have figured out some numbers.
Well, no, the NFL's got everybody playing the same caliber of shit ball. That's what's been figured out. There's Seattle, in my opinion, right now, and everybody else.
I remember when, I believe it was Drew Bledsoe, threw the ball 49 times, and I howled with laughter.
Well, everybody did.
How do you win when you throw 50 times? If a quarterback doesn't throw 50 times now, it's the oddity.
Well, how many 5,000-yard passers we have last year? 5?
Well, there have already been 5 guys to throw over 400 this year. And even last year, I believe there were only 6. With no picks.
It's getting ridiculous. No balance anymore. But you know what? Eventually, it'll swing back to the running back.
I know, and the competition committee will do it. But right now, the defensive players have to be just going, what the fuck can I do?
Nothing.
I can't sneeze in the direction of a receiver or I'll get a flag.
Pollard hit... The biggest surprise to me was when Pollard hit Andre Johnson, gave him the concussion, that they didn't flag him. Because it was the same type of hit Vernon Davis got hit with last year against Seattle.
And I think it deserved a flag, by the way.
What, Pollard?
Yeah.
You hit him with the shoulder. The fuck are you supposed to hit? What are you supposed to hit? I think you're just being contrarian to piss me off.
Actually, I kind of was.
Fuck, hit him with the shoulder. In the shoulder. He got the fucking concussion when his head hit the turf.
Oh, I know. No, you're completely right.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
You up.
Yeah, thanks. I'll remember that on Sunday. And I slip you a Mickey.
All right, next game. Now that I know that I'm going to be roofied by my podcast partner.
I'm just going to Google to look up where to get a Mickey.
Tampa Bay, +7 at New England.
Oh, it's down to 6.5 now. So, stay away from this game.
I like Tampa Bay in it, pool player, but I'm with you. I put it reluctantly down as a very solid cover. Because New England still has absolutely sweet fuck all to throw to. Amendola's out again. Sudfeld, way to bid a whole bunch of money on him, guys, in fantasy.
That was the only tight end you didn't get.
And I stayed away from him for a fucking reason.
Now, I don't know, can Tampa put up more than 10?
Their defense played pretty well against New Orleans. Part of that was New Orleans' ineptitude. I'm with you on that. But, you know, I kind of like the underdog play on this.
Well, I don't want to bet it for anything. But I would take Tampa against the spread, and I would take New England to win. They always seem to win these games.
That's the classic New England thing, but let's not entirely take that out of the mix. Let's see what games we get. Oh, really? You're vetoing that?
Yeah, it's out of the mix.
You're calling your veto for the week? Tampa.
Well, just let's go back. I don't think I have to use my veto after I make this statement. I think we talked about this off air. was in week 1, we took too many shit teams and shit quarterbacks, and we were betting on them.
We were betting shit team versus shit team.
And what are you saying?
On the other hand,
Tampa?
the underdogs have been like in 32 games, the underdogs are about 28, and New England hasn't covered forever.
I don't. How can we bet on a shit quarterback? I don't want to bet money on shit quarterbacks. I don't mind the Detroit play because they have a good quarterback.
Okay.
And Stafford's not great, but I would rather take that team on the road than a shit quarterback who's planning on asking for a trade and not happy where he's at. Who's
and
been voted like out Michael as a captain.
Jackson, which again, did you find that image?
No. But he's been voted out as captain, regardless of the circumstances surrounding it, whether it was rigged, wasn't rigged. I think
it was totally based on that photograph.
But his coach either wanted him not to be a captain, which is a fucking red flag, or his teammates didn't want him to be a captain, which is even a bigger red flag.
And yeah, okay, honestly,
and they put up
fuck all. He had little to do with the. I keep thinking that was a Tampa Bay victory last week because.
No, but they had 7 points on offense.
Yeah,
at home.
You're right. You're right. Okay.
See, I didn't think I needed my veto.
No. You're holding on to it. The next game up, Atlanta is +2 going to Miami. And I fucking love Miami.
Yeah, with the injuries that Atlanta has.
I don't even care about the injuries. Atlanta is not good.
Well, not
they lost to a bad New Orleans team, and they let a worse Rams team crawl back into the game. Miami is playing really good ball right now. I thought we were going to get this as an Atlanta favorite. That's the only thing that's holding me back.
Well, no, I think it's Miami's the favorite because of all the injuries Atlanta has.
Could be partially it, but I really like Miami. I really do.
Well,
they're
we'll
a
keep it in the
boring
mix.
And ugly team, but they're a good, boring, and ugly team.
But the only thing I'll say to that, who did they beat? I know they won 2 on the road, but they didn't really beat anybody that I considered really good. We both agreed.
A lot of people considered Indy as good.
No, but we didn't.
We didn't.
Regress. We thought they'd regress, and they look like a team that's going to regress.
And we've backed Atlanta twice, and they've fucked us 1.5 times.
Pushing yeah, but those backdoor covers, Cincy could have done that to us.
Yeah, backdoor covers, fair enough, but
it's not like any time when you have a spread of 7. That's the problem with the 7-point spread and why Vegas has them. Is if you're up 14 with 2 minutes left, you don't give a shit if they score a touchdown.
I still like Miami in this game.
Well, that might be if we can't find something, but I'm not ready to write Atlanta off yet.
I think this is our last opportunity to catch Miami at a decent price.
I don't know how good they are.
I don't know, obviously, but I really think they're pretty good. Just in the same way Pittsburgh has been good for years. Until this year. But they don't do anything particularly well, but they don't do anything poorly.
Okay, we'll keep it in the mix. No veto there yet.
Okay. Next game up, Buffalo at the Jets, and holy Christ, I could not be enticed to play this game.
Are you serious? I like this game.
What?
I do. I like Buffalo on the money line in this game. I do.
What, plus 120?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. EJ Manuel's better than Geno Smith.
Yes,
they
but
should have. They should have
as
beat the
you just
Patriots.
brought up, did we not say we do not bet shit teams playing shit teams?
I know, but Buffalo's not.
But
would you classify Buffalo as a shit team?
yes,
Beat Carolina, barely lost on a last-second field goal to the Patriots. They could be 2-0 right now, and this line would be Buffalo minus 2.5.
They won in the last second versus Carolina at home, and they could not hold the lead against New England.
How are the Jets scoring points in this game?
And how is Buffalo's? The Jets shut down New England's offense. Whose
Buffalo's
offense
scoring,
is better? New England's, even with all the injuries,
right now,
or Buffalo's?
probably Buffalo. Right now, Buffalo.
You really think Buffalo's is better?
Right now. Yeah. They're averaging over about 23 points a game.
This is radioactive, man. Like, seriously, we did discuss we will not take shit teams playing shit teams.
I know, but the price is good here.
No, 20 cents? We're getting an extra 20 cents?
It's better than most of the games out there right now. The Jets are awful.
No, it's a shit team versus a shit team, and I'm calling veto.
All right. All right, now I can take Indy over San Fran.
All right. So you wanted Buffalo. I'm just marking down what I vetoed.
Okay,
and what you wanted.
I was strategizing there. I want to take Indy plus 400.
Okay. Oh, you're playing a long con, brother.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Get the game you really want.
Nice work. You fucking suckered me.
Okay, veto on that one. I like what Buffalo's doing.
It's shit team versus shit team.
I think with
that's the reason for my veto.
I'm just gonna say
I like Manuel.
Just let me say something. I think we could be looking at a Russell Wilson type magic thing happening in Buffalo with EJ Manuel. That's all I'm gonna say. Not guaranteeing it.
I like the kid too. I'm just
saying he's got intangibles.
Shit team.
What did he say in the huddle? What was his line in the huddle? He said something.
If we get a first down, I'll suck all your dicks? What?
No,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
When he got into the huddle, he said, "Let's be legendary," for that last drive. Now, that's shit you don't usually hear out of a rookie whose knees should be knocking. There's something about there's one quarterback for the last 2 or 3 years that there's a reason they drafted him as the first quarterback in the draft.
I'm not against the kid.
I just wanted to put that out there. That's why I like the Bills. I think there's something happening with him. Because once every year it happens with one team, I think Buffalo's that team this year.
Okay.
Because their defense isn't horrible. Their defense isn't horrible. You're on record. I
have a soft spot for Buffalo, but no, I'm not rescinding my veto.
Oh no, that's okay. But I'll say one other thing. Whoever wins or comes out ahead in the Buffalo-Miami matchups this year will be the ones contending with New England for the division.
Well, yeah, and I'm actually
I know which way you're
putting my rider on Miami.
No, I know, but I'm not taking either team. I'm saying whoever comes out ahead in those two games will be the ones that are challenging.
And New England has never been this vulnerable. I know that they always come out slow out of the gates and then end up winning the division, but I've never seen New England this vulnerable.
No. But they're still 2-0.
Well, not never, but You know
They're
what
still
I mean?
2-0. It's
in
fine.
recent memory. Exactly. They're still 2-0, and they will probably go 11-5.
Yeah. Oh, shitty. Well, not a shitty division as much anymore, I don't think.
No, but New England finds a way to take those 2 and 3 point victories. Videotape. Anyway.
No, that was the other argument. You got that wrong. The videotape was they covered at home.
Oh, right.
That was his argument with the math.
All right.
Math says they cover at home, so they're cheating. Okay.
Next game. Next game. The Colts at San Francisco. The Colts are plus 10.5.
Oh, it's down to plus 10 now.
Okay.
Big money coming in on the Colts. I'm taking San for the pool. For our bet, I don't want to bet this game.
No, I don't like laying
10
10
is too much.
Yeah.
And take the Niners both ways.
Absolutely. This is one of the things we've been quite right on so far, is the Colts are not last year's Colts.
No, they could have lost.
No more than the Tim Tebow Broncos were the Tim Tebow Broncos. You know, we're both big fans of Luck, I think. I know I am. But the team is not good.
No, any Indy quarterback could fall under a bus and I wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
But they're not a good team.
No, they are not. And going to San Francisco, I don't think they'll be able to stop I don't think their defense is good enough to stop San Fran.
And a humiliated San Fran team.
Yeah. And Indy's going across 18 time zones and
they couldn't beat Miami at home and barely beat the Raiders at home. They got double home starters.
Yeah.
And now welcome to the road. You just struggled against the Raiders.
I'm not going to talk too much shit about Indy because Tennessee will probably be 13-point underdogs.
No, fair enough, but I don't like laying, particularly in week 3, I don't like laying 10 points. There's the backdoor cover potential.
Yeah, and Luck's good enough to score a late touchdown to make it a field goal game. Up 10 or up 12 and score. Nah.
You know, I might even take Indy in the points in the pool, but I don't know.
I'd take San Fran both ways because everybody will split this.
That's definitely where I'm leading. But
here's where you win the week. You take San Francisco because all the pussies will split it. That's all I'm saying. Is like because that's how
reasonable enough. And talking about absurd point spreads, biggest one we've seen in, I think, since we've been doing the podcast. Well, Jacksonville are 19-point dogs going into Seattle.
I think we should just take Seattle for the karma.
Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't bet this money line.
No.
I was just thinking, why don't we throw $1 down on Jacksonville on the money line?
You can't. No, I want to put 10 on Seattle.
Oh, no, that's fair enough. That's
Jacksonville might not score a point. I don't think they score a point.
No, I don't disagree with you.
That defense is on them. I think they're going to try and set records for defensive dominance this year. I think they have that mentality.
Okay, what's the best defense you've ever seen?
Bears.
No.
Still the Bears.
Eagles.
Maybe Eagles. I was going to say, they're in the conversation. That you could go either way. But the Bears.
I'm just wondering. That was just sort of a question.
No, I know. But the Bears, I'll explain why. The Bears get the nod over the Eagles for me because they won the Super Bowl with not much of a better offense than Philly had. And I'll also say Baltimore is in the conversation too. You could take all three of those teams.
Yeah, okay. Baltimore is one I hadn't considered. The Eagles defense.
And the Pittsburgh defense is in the 70s. The Pittsburgh defense in the 70s. How many Hall of Famers are on that fucking 5 or 6
Yeah.
off that defense. They were
Stats
ridiculous.
weren't that clear back then. You're
No,
right.
they were ridiculous. I had to watch them play Houston back then, and they were frightening on defense.
Now, the only reason I would lean to avoiding this 19-point spread is 19-point spreads over 15, are only like a 25% cover.
It's way too much.
And particularly Seattle, who made a statement game against the Niners, they're going to be a little soft. And you know what? When they're leading by 28, I could see them giving up a couple of soft touchdowns.
Yeah, but you might have a team, like I said, is trying to set defensive records. Do you think they'll let up?
It is Pete Carroll, who, from the college background, loves to beat people by 50 points.
Yeah. But I don't want to bet 19.
No, I don't. I can't lay 19 points.
I was just fucking around.
Oh, I know. I can't.
This next game I want to bet.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
I think we want to bet the same way.
Yes, but I think we might have to wait till they give us a money line. Oh, no, the money line will be worse. Screw that.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to lay the favorite here.
Yeah.
As we said in our preseason podcasts, I believe I said it, was let's just fade the Steelers all year.
That was week 1, wasn't it?
Week 1, preseason. I'm not backing off that statement. Fade the Steelers.
Oh, Julius Peppers is going to be in his kitchen all day.
I don't even care. The Steelers are bad. The only thing we are fighting on this pick is how many bullshit calls the Steelers get.
Well, there's two
And
things.
did you see those whining little cocksuckers?
They're just frustrated.
Complaining about a tripping call? That was what changed the game?
Ugh.
This is the team that has received more bullshit officiating than any other team in history, by far. And one time, one tripping call goes against you, you're saying that changed the game. Fuck you, you fucking little whining bitches.
To be fair, though, I thought that was a little sketchy, but because he didn't leg whip him so much as roll over and the guy tripped on him, but I was happy to see the call because we got the win.
But seriously.
No, I know.
And everyone's ripping justifiably the Skins for having that atrocious field. Have you seen a worse field than Heinz Field? I saw a punt in a Chargers game actually bury nose first and stick in the ground. But when it's Schneider and the Redskins, this is an appalling nightmare. When it's Rooney and the Steelers, well, it's just Heinz Field.
Yeah, they've made New England redo the turf before playoff games. Or games.
Yeah.
I never heard it in Pittsburgh.
No.
They replace it once. And during the season, they replace it once.
And that's also, by the way, even in the absence of rain, Heinz Field is going to be a cesspool because the Steelers are slow. So if everyone plays in mud, you lose the advantage of speed. Trust me, this will be the case. It will be shocking, the conditions at Heinz Field. It will be shocking that at halftime there will be 13 penalties against Chicago and there will be 2 against the Steelers. That's the only thing we're fighting. Especially if Mike Carey shows up.
We're fighting Jay Cutler, keeping teams in games. Those 2 picks against Minnesota. But Pittsburgh's offense is brutal. They can't run the ball. They have Jericho Cotchery and Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, and Emmanuel Sanders has proven exactly what I said about him. I owned him for years and years in fantasy, always winning for breakout. He's terrible. He can't get open and he can't catch. A+.
Okay, that one's definitely in the mix.
Oh, no, that one's a solid bet. Again, as I said in either week 1 or the preseason, fade the Steelers. Let's take Chicago right now.
Okay.
Before this price drops.
All right. $10 is going to pay us 18 and change. 18.70.
Okay.
Bears minus 115. Minus 2.5 at Heinz Tomato Soup Field.
Ooh, I like that. Because it is soup. And they are going to slow them down, but I think Chicago can do enough there.
Yeah.
Until they prove us wrong, fade the Steelers. Always bet against them. Because you're getting at least a point. Just because they're such a bet team. And on Monday night, another lovely spread. Oakland are 14.5 point dogs at Denver.
Yeah, I don't want to touch this game.
No. I can't lay that number of points in an NFL game.
No, even though
particularly
they should.
when the dogs have been dominating to the tune of 75% this year.
Well, Oakland's bad, and they'll probably win by 13. They may even cover this game, but I can't cheer for Peyton Manning. I'm sorry, even if it's to win money, I can't do it.
Yeah,
and their spreads, most of their spreads this year are going to be this much. It's going to be like 10 plus.
No. Yeah, they might be double digit. The main reason, and I don't want to bet it either, by the way, I want to go on record. Think of all those years of Peyton and Indy. They got spreads like this. Indy won the game, and they didn't cover.
Yes.
Perpetually.
Now, I have to.
Do you ever want to bet on that? No.
I think I made the best bet in the history of my gambling career with another merchant in the mall where I have my business. He bet now I'm trying to remember if it was it was $20. And he's taking Denver to win the Super Bowl. I get the field. Marlon, what say you?
We'll always take that bet. Always.
Well, no, I based it on Peyton Manning choking like a fucking dead dog.
Always take that bet. Like, just
I was shocked
mathematically, it's...
Oh, the odds even say take it. But with Peyton Manning, it's a fucking lock. Do you agree?
One Super Bowl he won was aided vastly by officiating.
No, it was because he soaked balls on the sidelines during practice to simulate wet balls in a game. That was what turned the tide. Was his preparation.
There were a lot of highly dubious calls.
No, it was his preparation. It's better than any quarterback in history. He actually had balls soaking in a pail by the sideline, so he was forecast for rain, so that's what he did.
Okay,
that's how prepared Peyton
Manning
is.
Sarcasm.
That's how prepared he is. Nothing gets by him, except in the cold weather in Denver in fucking January.
God, I would love if the Chargers stole a wild card spot and took him out once again.
Hey, I'd be cheering for the Chargers.
Who wouldn't be? But again, I'm probably gonna take Oakland in the points and whine and cry. But a decade of taking Peyton to cover the points has left me with a lot of Indy going 10-0, 11-0, 12-0, all of that, and very few covers. And who knows? I mean, I still don't think the Denver defense is being particularly tested here.
No. Here's what would be interesting if Oakland wins this fucking game and they're 2-1 with Denver. Now, as we know, Peyton Manning at night in nationally televised games is almost a sure thing.
Gold.
And
For
5
the win.
touchdowns. 5 touchdowns, fucking.
Well, and why do
touchdowns.
you think the money line, you can make 7 cents on your dollar?
Yeah.
Like, that's just crazy.
Well, that's because everybody and their mother's betting it.
Well, you know, and Peyton is undeniably great, but... All right, we got to make 2 more bets here, my friend.
Okay, who do we got?
I'm going to push hard for Detroit.
Oh, no, I like Detroit. No, I don't mind Detroit. Do we want to parlay that?
No, I would rather just make it a Detroit bet.
Okay.
If they're going to fuck us, I'd rather they only fuck us. One time.
Fair enough. Okay, $10 pays $19.09. Booked.
Now, what do you like other than that? I'm still big on Miami.
Okay, just let me have a look. Well, okay. Do you want to do a Miami-Dallas parlay?
Why not? We got to bet Dallas every week.
Got to ride them till they
It's like
lose.
we're fucking crack addicts. I need me some Dallas.
All right,
But they
so
paid for us last week, so...
Yes, they did. We have St. Louis at Dallas. Dallas minus 3.5 is minus 110. Atlanta at Miami. Miami minus 2 is minus 110. So our $10 parlay bet pays us $36.45. And that is booked. Our bets are complete. So,
All right.
I think you got anything else you want to add?
Not a damn thing.
Okay. I just wanted to say that all the conspiracy theorists that think the Patriots are still cheating, look at their last home game. I don't think they saw anything before anybody, but just wanted to say that. Okay, if you want to check out the podcast on iTunes, just search Offensive Lines. We're also on Stitcher.com, which is your Android device podcast app. You can also find us on a couple of smaller sites, podcastblaster.com and digitalpodcast.com. You can look for us on our YouTube channel. We have the podcast up there. That's Offensive Lines our YouTube channel. You can listen to it on our website, offensivelines.ca. Follow us on Twitter at Offensive Lines for any updates to the website or when podcasts are available. We've also got, I'm posting the show on Facebook.com/Offensive Lines. And if you want to email the show, it's offensivelines@shaw.ca. I'm Boyd.
I'm Marlon. And that was
Win some
Offensive
fucking
Lines.
money.
Generous fucking gambler.